she's going to operate in her way. And when I tell her, you've got to meet your mom halfway or try to understand, you know what? You just have to be quiet. That's part of your damn problem. Is that right? Okay. Is it your house, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm on the list too. So we're both on the
Okay. Are you renting this place from somewhere else?
Yes. It's an apartment.
I don't have a copy of the lease. Are you disputing that she's also on the lease to the apartment?
No, I just wanted her out for my well-being.
No, I hear you, but I've got to have a legal basis in which to do that. So you're both on the lease to the premises. Is that correct? So you would agree that Larissa,
Her
right?
name is on the lease, yes.
That both of you are the, pardon?
Because she's over 18, yes, she had to be put on the lease. The Section 8 housing voucher is in my name. And they told me since she won't move out that I have to evict her.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got a leasing agreement. There's a Section 8 voucher. What is the portion of, so how much do you pay?
I pay $374 a month.
And the voucher takes care of the rest of the rent.
Correct.
How much longer is the lease?
The lease ends in February.
And so of the $300 something, who pays what? Do you pay that?
I pay everything. I pay the lights, I pay the water, I pay the rent. She just comes and goes as she pleases.
Okay. Pardon?
I stay there. I live there. I buy household needs. I buy the soap, the laundry. I buy the needs for that.
Okay, I got you. But if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 22.
All right. So
A single mom with my kid.
I got you. Who also resides there?
Yes.
So what's your position on this termination? You don't think you should have to move? Or what?
I mean, she's my mother. We never like agreed on. It's just rent. She wants me to pay, and she wants me to get out. I don't understand why I need to get out. She's my mom. I mean, we've only had each other like for all of our life. And when my dad kicked us out, it was her and I homeless, like at a hotel and things like. And now she's trying to kick me out. I don't know why she needs to do that. If the lease is up in February and we both have to leave in like February and like right before the holidays and everything, like I don't know. This first she tried to take guardianship of my son, and then I'm not dead or like running away. I'm not missing. I'm here taking care of my kid. So that's why my kid and she got denied. And now she's trying to evict me because she didn't get lands. So it's just a whole situation, Your Honor.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You mentioned twice her being your mother.
I just love her.
Pardon?
I love my mother, but I don't think the roles are, I don't know.
You don't think what?
Like, I don't think she loves me the way I love her.
Okay. A lot of powers come with this robe. I can't make people love each other.
Right.
So, or how they do it. But why do you want to kick your daughter and your grandchild out?
I'm not trying to kick my grandchild out. It's my daughter that needs to go.
Because I don't.
Okay, but whoa. But
I know technically it is.
that's a package deal.
I understand, but she.
So then my question is, why would you why would you want to do that?
I honestly don't want to do that, but I need this because she's abusive towards me.
Okay. Larissa, you don't have a place to go with your child. Is that correct?
I mean, I really have to find a place, but I want to stay with my mom, and I'm not abusive towards her. She wakes up and
You
she
just
starts.
on my hand. You did
You
this
did
to me
that to
on
yourself.
No, you did it to me on Sunday,
I did
Larissa.
not do that to you.
All right. So if there's any type of violence or anything like that, then somebody needs to call the police, because that's not what I'm here to deal with. I'm here to deal with.
I understand, but she just thinks that I'm married to keep my mom close.
She just thinks what?
She blames me for everything, and she doesn't think she doesn't.
She says she doesn't do anything wrong.
She just needs to go.
Ma'am, and I don't mean this flippantly, but it's just true. A 22-year-old daughter telling you that she doesn't do anything wrong is absolutely normal, even if they're doing the wrong thing.
I understand. I was 22 once.
I know. And you know that you may just be doing the silliest thing in the world. The adults, the real adults, are all looking at you, but they will swear up and down that what they're doing is the right thing. That's just the nature of a 22-year-old. So let me ask you this. If I were to make a determination that it's a joint tenancy, which it is, and so that you can't evict her, what are you going to do?
I already told her that.
Well, ma'am, did I ask you? All right. So that was a 22-year-old thing that just happened there. Do not talk. Do not talk. Do not talk. What would you do?
I don't know.
Pardon?
I don't know what I would do. I guess I'm stuck with.
Pardon?
I'm stuck with whatever your judgment is.
Yeah, you may be, but that's kind of what I'm getting at. What's your backup plan?
To find my own place and move out.
Okay, have you done that?
No, because
Because why?
the voucher's in my name. I'm stuck in this lease until the 18th. She has no way of paying it. She doesn't have a job.
Have you asked Section 8 about moving?
I had talked to them about it, but they said that I have to contact the landlord where we're living if they would let me out of the lease early. And no, I have not.
Did you talk to them?
No, I have not.
Why not?
Because I asked them to help me evict her and they wouldn't help me do that. So I don't know.
What, Larissa, what did you want to say? What?
I don't remember. Um,
That was 22 also. All right.
she wanted to work on things with us. She wanted our relationship to get better, and she wanted me to see her therapist. And I'm open to seeing her therapist, but I don't think he's like all there. But I'm like, whatever.
Well, okay.
We'll make it
Let me just tell you this, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give you guys my decision today because I don't think you guys are ready for the decision. You haven't explored all of your options and what they do. You haven't explored necessarily all of your options, but you are going to figure out a way to make do, right? Now, I'm just going to tell you this, and maybe the two of you ought to think about some of these things I'm about to say. Marissa, you tell me you love your mother. Sometimes you have to meet them halfway. You have to have maybe a greater understanding of where they're coming from and whatever. Sometimes that can be, particularly for a young person, it can be grueling because you don't understand why they may be operating in the world that they're operating. But you just have to do it. And you have to go through time. And if you got to go talk to somebody to try to understand maybe what she's saying, that's what you got to do. Because guess what? In the end, you get one. That's all that you get. And young lady, while young people don't think that they think they got all the time in the world and can do all of those things, you get one, and if you blow it, there isn't another one to come along. Right? And from your side, your son's name is Lance. He gets one.
One, yeah.
That's it. Now, for you, and I don't mean to say this, I probably you're going to get in some trouble, but daughters are challenging. I will just tell you that. I've got one of each. Daughters are challenging. The boy was a lot easier for me. My daughter's 26. I still don't understand. I listen. But she's going to operate in her way. And when I tell her, you've got to meet your mom halfway or try to understand, you know what? You just have to be quiet. That's part of your damn problem. Excuse my language, but it's true. You have to just shut up. Because I bet you, you've interrupted me twice, and I can bet you when your mom's trying to explain something, and it may not come out as articulate as she may want it, she may not even fully understand the emotion that she's trying to explain to you, you probably don't shut up and listen. You ought to try that. It can be cathartic. If you love her like you have proclaimed here, you would do it. Ma'am, sometimes you just have to understand. That's a whole different generation than you probably grew up. Her whole thought process is just different. And you can see it just by what's happened in this courtroom. You have not once during this proceeding interrupted me at all in terms of what I'm saying. This one, it's been at least twice. You may not like it, but in some ways, that is what it is, at least at this point. You have to accept the fact that if you offer for ways for her to engage and she doesn't want to engage, while it hurts, you just have to let it go and you don't try to force it. Because if she doesn't understand that she doesn't get another mother, that's not your problem, that's hers. You got me? And it sometimes, I see it all the time, it can be one of the most painful things in the world because that person in front of you is at least half you, and you can't believe they're acting the way that they're acting. And it hurts. So what I might suggest, if your mother is offering that you go to counseling, whatever you think of that person, whatever, maybe you show the gesture to your mom and go. So here's what I'm going to do, ladies. I don't think this is going to be sorted out in any given period in time, but I'm going to give you at least a week to try to figure it out, act like grown-ups, and maybe the two of you, and I'll say it this harshly, maybe the two of you should stop being so selfish and think about that little guy, Lance, and think about that he's got these two women there that he's got to figure out what they are, and neither one of you are acting in an appropriate fashion for him. So I'll see you guys in a week, oh joy, at 2:00. Start acting like adults, figure it out, come back and tell me something. Wait, what?
Lance has school and I have to pick him up.
2:00, figure it out. Next Friday, 2:00, figure it out. Have a great weekend. Seriously, you're going to walk ahead of your mom? Thank you for opening that door. Otherwise I was going to have somebody come out there and snatch you up. You just, no, quit talking to me. Jeez, Pete. If my daughter did, that would not be a civil case.
As we wrap up this deeply emotional and legally tangled situation, let's take a step back and break down everything that just unfolded in that courtroom. Because what we witnessed wasn't just a routine housing dispute. It was a multi-layered clash between family loyalty, personal boundaries, legal obligations, and unresolved emotional wounds that have clearly built up over years. On one side, we have a mother who feels pushed to her absolute limit. She's financially responsible for the entire household, the rent, utilities, day-to-day expenses, all under a Section 8 voucher tied to her name. She believes her 22-year-old daughter isn't just failing to contribute, but is also exhibiting behavior she considers disrespectful and emotionally harmful. And from her perspective, she feels trapped, legally bound to a lease she can't escape, financially stretched, emotionally exhausted, and desperate for space. On the other side, we have a young mother, 22 years old, who's trying to anchor herself in the one place she believes should be her safest home, with her own mother. She's raising a small child, navigating adulthood, and clinging to the stability she's always known. In her eyes, the push to evict her feels like a betrayal, especially given their history, struggling through homelessness together, surviving instability, and building a life side by side. So to her, this eviction attempt feels not just unnecessary, but heartbreaking. She doesn't see herself as a burden. She sees herself as a daughter reaching for support. And right in the middle sits the judge, who delivers a reality check with a blend of compassion and firmness. He points out the obvious but difficult truth. This is a joint tenancy. Legally, one co-tenant can't simply evict another who is also on the lease. The court isn't a therapist's office. Nor is it equipped to rule on decades of family trauma, emotional strain, or generational conflict. The judge can only act on what the law provides, And in this case, the law doesn't support an eviction under shared tenancy, but beyond the legalities, the judge calls out something far deeper. He highlights the generational divide, the communication gap, the interruptions, the emotional defensiveness. He points out how neither party has fully explored their options. From Section 8 alternatives to early lease termination to therapy and communication strategies. And perhaps most importantly, he reminds them that they are not the only two people affected by this conflict. There is a child, a little boy named Lance, who is absorbing all of this tension, chaos, and confusion. And that child has only one mother, only one grandmother. Just as each of these women only gets one of each other by giving them a week instead of a ruling,
The judge
is essentially forcing them to do something they've avoided for years. Communicate like adults, not as mother-daughter locked in old patterns, but as co-parents in the upbringing of a child, co-tenants sharing financial and legal responsibility, and to human beings who need to find a way forward, not just for themselves, but for the next generation watching them. And that's what makes this case so powerful. It's not about rent or utilities or Section 8 vouchers. It's about two women standing on opposite sides of the same pain, each begging to be understood but struggling to listen. It's about the uncomfortable truth that love doesn't automatically guarantee harmony, and that sometimes the hardest decisions a judge can make is choosing not to make one at all. So now I'll turn it over to you, our viewers. Who do you think is in the right here? Should the mother have the right to force her daughter out? Or is the daughter justified in wanting stability and support, especially with a child involved? And do you think this family can realistically repair this relationship in just 1 week? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. And if you found this case as shocking, emotional, and eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. More cases coming soon. Stay tuned.